Hello everyone, Oz here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are reacting to Moo's voice drama and music video. Let's go! Alright, so from what we know about Moo, or at least from what I know, she was forgiven or not guilty. So she didn't really get punished by Kotoko. Uh Her initial story kind of confused me a little bit because I know she got bullied, but it seems like they were friends previously, so something happened in between that. From the first trial to this one, she got together with Haruka, and it seems like there's some kind of dynamic there that I don't understand. Like obviously Haruka's Haruka, but then Moo seems like I guess knowing from that dynamic, Moo seems like she's kind of controlling him or something like that. Because at the end, Haruka's voice trial, he want like no matter what, he wanted me to forgive Moo or whatever. I don't know if it's because of he sees like the terror of what Kotoko's doing and he doesn't want that to happen to Moo, but it seems like they have some kind of power dynamic in a way. At least that's kind of what I see from it. A lot of Haruka's like decision kind of weighs on Moo right now. At least for me, obviously like you guys already voted, but at least for me, like what I think I'm looking for whatever she says, and I don't know if I would like really put Haruka's words to my thoughts about like forgiving Moo and like whatever. I don't think I'm gonna be petty about it. I feel like it honestly depends on like I guess like my thoughts on what she says. I'll definitely look into like, oh, if I forgive her, not him, or if I forgive him, not her. Because right now I'm leaning towards not forgiving Haruka. Um, Going back to the story, like her story from trial one, it seems like her friends betrayed her because they have like a picture at some sort. Um, and that kind of ultimately results in her killing one of them. That's probably gonna be more clear in this trial. She's probably gonna say something about it. But it seems like it was an accident, but not really. Something that I feel like there was like a point in time when I think one of the comments said that she tripped. I have no idea. It seems like it was forced, but there was a lot of bullying involved, and I already don't condone bullying, but yeah, like at least like the visual in the music video seems really rough when it comes to Moo. But this picture of her in this trial too seems like she's fine. So actually it seems like she's more than fine. So let's see what happens. And I'm pretty excited about this chapter of Moo and Haruka's dynamic, and I can't wait to look into it more. All right, on to the video. Pretty excited. This is titled Queen Bee. Oh gosh, I'm not too excited about that one. Ooh.
あ、久しぶり、感謝さん。大変なことになっちゃったね。みんな大変そうで、ミルグラムの中ピリピリしてて困っちゃう。
I don't know if it's been a while because I don't really remember Moo's behavior during the first trial, but she seems more confident now. It's very similar to like how Haruka changed from being like so stuttery and so, hesitant during trial one, and then now he was like, "Oh, you forgave me, so everything's good."
そうか。でも、ムー的にはミルグラムはだいぶ居心地よくなってきたかな。欲しいものも言えば手に入るって分かったし、そんなにビクビクする必要ないって分かってきたかも。
I don't like that mentality.
カンシュさんがミルグラムはムーの味方って言ってたけど、その通りかも。まあ、ムーばっかり喋っててつまんない。久々におしゃべりするんだし、カンシュさんが何か面白い話してよ。
ずいぶんご機嫌だな。
そう？
明るくなったような気がする。
かな。
だが、第一審の審判を踏まえ、ミルグラムの状況は変わった。不本意ながら、孤独による襲撃もあり、お前の態度の方に違和感を覚えるが。
だってもう関係ないもん。
何？
大変な思いをしているのは悪いことした人でしょ？
See, I feel like this whole like forgive and not forgive definitely gives this like false narrative to people's heads that, oh, I forgave you for like whatever you did, even as drastic, because you shown a little bit more compassion in your music, in your voice drama previous trial. And they think everything is good, and then it gives this like cocky, I don't know, like mood or personality that they're like, oh, now I can do whatever I want because you forgave me the first time. So I don't know.
自業自得
Seems
って
so.
やつ。そもそも感謝さんが許さないってした人が琴子さんに痛いことされたりひどい目に遭ってたりするんでしょ。
そうだな。
ムーがそれに対して何か思うの変じゃない？ムーは悪くないもん。ムーは許されてるんだもん。へえ、何かおかしい？感謝さんが許さないって言った人をきっと悪い人なんだろうな。
Yeah, just like what I said in previous videos, I feel like these prisoners just see this forgive not forgive like a black and white thing, and not forget and forgetting about the context. You know what I'm saying? It makes me like not want to side with them. Not say like moving forward. Obviously, like not side with them at least like for this trial, just for them to see like both sides of the argument. I don't know, and even then with like Futa and I don't know, just is weirded out in her own special way and not like Haruka and Mu. But then for Futa, at least like he showed some kind of vulnerability, I guess, like when he was kind of begging at the end, right? Which makes me want to flip. Like I feel like it's not even just like I don't know, it makes me kind of want to vote black and white as well, just because at least like for the certain people who just see it as a black and white, just like Haruka and Mu. And I feel like it's kind of unfair because I'm kind of erasing all of the other things that they've done in trial one or what their crime was originally, right? And I don't know, maybe it's less complicated as I thought, or maybe I'm just like leaning more like I'm leaning more towards like petty side and just kind of, oh, well, if that's the case, I'll just flip it, you know?
って思ってるんだよ。ムーは感謝さんを信じてるってことなんだから喜んでほしいくらいだよ。
それはどう思う？
だってムーは悪くないって言ってくれた感謝さんのやることだから多分正しいんだよ。ほらほら、自信持って。
そういえばはるかとずいぶん仲がいいようだな。
うん、ミルグラムの中では一番仲良しだよ。
何か目的があるのか？
え？
はるかのお前への執着は異常だ。この環境だ。はるかは何かに利用しようとしていると考えるのも自然だと思うが。
I mean, I was kind of right about that. I don't know if it's just because it was really obvious with Haruka's personality, but I don't think that personality really showed with Mu during trial one. So I don't say it's weird, but more of like unexpected, I guess. But unless I was just so blinded about how she was getting bullied that I didn't see that that was her original personality before she got bullied, you know?
感謝さんって友達いないの？いるの？
まあ思い当たらんが。
かわいそう。ムーが教えてあげるよ。友達ってそういうものじゃないんだよ。何かに利用とかじゃなくてただ互いに居心地が良くて仲良しなだけだよ。
Gaslighter.
それは失礼。
はるかくんはとっても優しいんだよ。何言っても許してくれるし言うこと聞いてくれるしムーにとってとっても居心地がいいんだよ。
それは友達か？
なんで？友達だよ。はるかくんはそれで喜んでくれてるわけだしお互いいいことしかないもん。
友達のいない僕には分からんがそれは手のいい搾取ではないのか？
搾取？ちょっとよくわかんないけどムーだって 服選んであげたりしてるし、この前いらなくなったヘアピンお下がりであげたし。どちらにしてもムーもはるかくんも感謝さんが許した人なんだし。
I find that very funny. I don't know why. It's just like, oh, we could be friends because you were forgiven too. It's just, I guess that kind of like, I don't know, confirms that some people like see that decision as like a black and white. Like I'm God, which I hate that. I hate that idea. It's like, oh, if you're on this side, you cannot be friends with this side. Like that's why I feel like Cosby is so different. You know, that like he had this, I don't know, fatherly instinct, or maybe he's just good of a person to defend Futo, even though he wasn't forgiven, right? Uh, I feel like maybe Mu and Haruka are just very young and they just don't see that. I mean, Haruka is a different case, so maybe I won't even consider him. But like Mu, I would think she's a little bit more educated, I would say, and she still thinks that. So I am kind of like not. I'm changing what I think about her in a sense.
何か文句言われる筋合いもないと思うな。
はるかにも言ったことだが、ミルグラムは三神性だ。お前は一度許されたに過ぎない。
Yeah, I feel like this one is that one reality check for the both of them, and I don't know if that's also gonna continue for like the other 6 other prisoners that I have to look into. But at least like for these two, they seem very delusional with the idea that like I just forgave them everything. But like I feel like in the first trial, we just see it as like very surface level, whatever they did in the past and how they got brought here. That's like our basis, and maybe some assumptions and maybe voice drama here and there, but like that's basically how, where we're looking into it, right?
心から安心するのは早いと思うが。
許すって決めたんでしょ？やっぱりなしとか、そういうのかっこ悪いと思う。
そういうものだ。
もういいでしょ？だってムーのこと見たんでしょ？それで悪くないって思ったんでしょ？
ああ、そうだ。第一審はな。
何回やったって一緒だよ。ムーはムーだもん。変わらないよ。
これ以上見られると都合の悪いものでもあるのか？
え？
ミルグラムは映像と歌によって心象を表す。第一審により許し許されなかったお前たちはより本質をさらけ出し、また新たに深く心の中が引き出される。例えばお前が隠したかったもの、お前が忘れているもの、お前の強い気持ちにより見えなくなっていたものにも光が当たることになる。かもしれない。
よくわかんない。いいよ別に。
She
悪くないもん。
She hasn't though. I mean, like in true retrospect, I guess like I don't think she's done anything wrong right now. Maybe she got a little bit more comfortable with Haruka or whoever, but she hasn't really done anything wrong as of the moment. Obviously, like we're probably gonna uncover her music video more on the first trial, and maybe a little bit more of her, like quote unquote murder. So I feel like that's the only thing that we're missing right now. Obviously, like once we see that, and maybe she's not a little conscious about it, or maybe she's delusional about it's actually a murder or not, or maybe she says they deserve it. Like there's a lot more to uncover, right? Kind of like what S says.
そうかな。確かに僕はお前のことを一度は許した。だがずっと違和感を覚えていた。本当に許してよかったのか。何か巧妙に隠しているんじゃないかってね。
なんてそんなこと思うの？ひどいよカイシュさん。カイシュさんは見たでしょ、ムーのこと。ムーがとってもひどいことされて殺さなきゃ逃げ出せなかったこと。あんなにひどいことされてたムーによくそんなこと言えるね。 感謝さんひどいよ。
そうかもな。お前の痛みや苦しみは十分に伝わった。いじめというのか。一方的な暴力と虐待、耐え難いものだったろう。弱き者があの状況から抜け出す道が殺害しかないと盲信してしまうのも無理はない。だからこそ許した。
ああしなきゃいつか死んでたもん。
See, I would say that since I already talked about it, I feel like that's why I'm not really expanding too much on whatever they're saying. That's exactly why I forgave her the first trial as well. You know, I feel like the concept of bullying is very common with like younger people, and there's already been a lot of piece of media about it. So, you know, I already automatically felt bad for her. I think her like switching up and doing a 180 is a little bit worrying too. I feel like for me, if someone, you know, like let's say like 13 Reasons Why, like I don't know if that's like a good comparison to that. If you murder or like kill like you're the person that's bullying you, I don't think it's done after that. Obviously, maybe it's like a sigh of relief of, oh, person I'm bullying is dead, you know, I'm safe now. I feel like she's a little too comfortable. She reminds me of like maybe just another analogy, but like Mean Girls, I guess, where Regina George just got pushed in the bus, and then you know like Katie wasn't really comfortable being like the top person. She's still worried. Like I think she's more worried on like, oh, I don't think I'm that mean. I don't think I should stoop to their level type of mentality, right? But it seems like she's becoming the new person that's, I don't say like a bully to Haruka because that's totally different, but more of like in the same concept, right? Same realm. In my opinion, I think that's where she's headed, and I don't like that.
だが、本当にお前は弱者なのか、ムー。僕の違和感はそこだ。お前が本当に弱者なのか。弱者ゆえに虐げられたのか。
どういうこと？
なぜあの状況になった？原因は何だ？そこがわからない。都合よく語られていないとも言える。お前自身もそこには触れないな。触られたくない場所か。
看守さんって本当に良くないと思うな。いじめられる方に原因があるなんて、そんなことを言うのって良くないんじゃない？
ほう。
どんな状況でもいじめる方が悪いよ。当たり前でしょ。看守さん頭いいのにそんなこともわからないの？道徳の授業でも受けた方がいいよ。仮にムーが何かしたとしても、いじめてもいい理由なんかないよ。看守さん、もっと優しい人だと思ってたよ。
期待に添えず申し訳ないな。
反省してるなら許してあげるけど。
寛大なムーに甘えて、もう一つ質問していいか？
なに？つまんない質問だったらやだよ。
お前は悪くないとして。
としてじゃない。悪くないもん。
わかったわかった。お前は悪くないが、いじめられた理由は何だと思う？
わかんないよそんなの。家がお金持ちだし、見た目も目立つし、妬みとかひがみとか。
See, I feel like that is what we talked about in the previous comment section for trial 1 for Moo, right? Like she's a foreigner, you know, with like her hair and everything, like it's kind of obvious. I thought that was the initial like the initial, you know, reason as well. And I still think that, but at the same time, yeah. I mean, like all these characters have something deeper than something that they didn't talk about or touch upon, or even like the music video omitted. Kind of like what S is saying. So I actually can't, like, I don't know. I mean, this is actually really interesting. Like, I think Moo is one of the characters. I think Yuno is one of them. Where I feel like their case is so like, seems like the whole point is for us to side with them. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm really really curious, like what she's done for her to even do it.
そうか。お前がもともと逆の立場だったという説もあるかと思ったが。
何言ってんの？
お前が人をいじめていたから いじめられていたという推理もできるという話だが。
今自分がどんなひどいこと言ってるか分かってる？
どうした？そんなにイラついて。お前は悪くないんだろ？
感謝さん
あくまで仮説。そんなに怒るなよ。どうなんだ？
You know what I'm worried about? I'm worried about that I will not forgive Moo and Haruka's gonna hate me. I feel like, he's so blinded that someone actually, talks to him, even though like Moo can be like not good as he thinks she is. And she's just gonna, I don't know, like she doesn't get forgiven, and then let's say like the community forgives Haruka, he would get hella mad at me. But I think at this point I'm leaning towards not forgiving Haruka as well. I don't know.
答えられないか？
いじめなんかしてない。そんなひどいことしない。人を叩いたこともないし、水をかけたこともない。
Oh, that's very specific.
ムーはそんなことしない。嘘じゃない。ムーは嘘ついてないよ。本当に何もしてない。
なるほど。参考にするよ。
あのね、カーシュさん。ムーわかんないんだけど。
なんだ？
ムーはいじめられたからやり返したっていうのをカーシュさんは許してくれたんでしょ？
まあ、そうだな。
なんて言うんだっけ。復讐はありってことだよね。で、今度ムーを許さないってしたら復讐はなしってことだよね。カンシュさんがさっき言ってた、仮にムーが人をいじめてたとしたらってのを一旦採用するとね、もちろんいじめなんてしてないけどね。
ああ。
ムーにいじめられてたからってムーをいじめ返すのは復讐だよね。それが仕方ないって思うんならムーのこと許さなきゃダメじゃない？
So I feel like I don't really like that mentality when it comes to like these prisoners. I feel like they're trying to get out of not being forgiven, I guess. I think that's the reason why I forgive Yuno. I think what Yuno wants is not to have like pity, and I don't know. I'm not really that big on trying to find a loophole on getting forgiven. Like I feel like something like what I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember how Futa did it, but I feel like this one is a little bit different, and I feel like this in combination of how Haruka is just begging for me to like forgive Moo, dude. I'm pretty sure she is not as pure and good as she seems.
よく意味がわからんが。
だからいじめてたんだからムーがいじめられても仕方ないだろうって感謝さんが思うんなら、ムーがもう一回返しても悪くなくない？感謝さんがムーを許さないよ、復讐は良くないよって言うんだったら、ムーにいじめられたからってムーをいじめ返すのもダメじゃない？
What is she on about?
そもそもダメなことされたんだからムー悪くなくない？
なんとなくわかるようなわからないような。
感謝さん、
I think you're just
頭良くないのかな？
I think you're just trying to be like, oh, if I don't not become not like, kill not someone, not like kill someone, should I not kill someone and you not forgive me because I didn't not kill someone, not kill someone? Oh my god, bro. Like why are you like double negatives? Like, no.
悪かったな。
まあ仕方ないか。ウサギと喋れる人だし。どっちにしてもムー悪くないって分かったから大丈夫。
お前と話しても進まんことは分かっていたからな。心象の抽出をしてから考えることにする。
あ、でもムーを許さないとはるかくん死んじゃうからやめた方がいいよ。
も把握済みか、あの妄言を。
はるかくんがムーに言ってくれたの。だから安心してくれって。嬉しかったな。友情を感じたよ。
知っていながら止めないのか、はるか
を。なんで？はるかくんがそうしたいって言うんだから仕方ないんじゃない？
友人だというのに。
友達だからでしょ。友達がしたいってことはさせてあげるのが友達でしょ。そんなの友達じゃないとか言いたいの？じゃあどんなのが友達？お互いにいいことがあるから一緒にいるんでしょ。
はるかにいいことがあるように思えない。
そんなのはるかくんにとってのいいことなんて感謝さんに分かることじゃないでしょ。
Bro.
手強いなお前。
よく分かんないよ、感謝さんの言ってること。
Definitely.
はるかくんが何をしようとはるかくんの自由だし、ムーは悪くない。ムーがお願いしたわけじゃないし。
なるほどね。そうなんだろうな。お前は何も言わない。ただそうあるだけで周囲が意志を組んで行動してくれる。そうか、いわば生まれながらの女王。いや、言葉ではなくフェロモンで周囲を操る。
Ah, they said
フ
it.
ェロモン？何言ってるかわかんないけど、やらしい感じなのはやだ。
そういうニュアンスじゃない。
どっちにしてもムーよりもっと許しちゃいけない人いるんだから、そっちに力を入れればいいと思う。ほら、ことこさんとかの方が良くないでしょ。あ、でもあれは感謝さんがやらせたのか。
いちいち腹の立つ。
とにかくムーを許しておけばいいんだよ。はるかくんも無事で済むし。あ、というか全員許せばいいんじゃない？ことこさんは暴れないでしょ。難しいこと考えないで。
それは
Don't entertain that S. Holy.
でしょ。
考えることを放棄してそうできたらどれだけいいことか。
ムーからしたらなんでそうしないのかよくわかんないけど。
それが僕の役割だからだ。
与えられた役割でしょ。なりたくてなったわけじゃないでしょ。叶えた夢でもないでしょ、看守さんって。じゃあ縛られる必要なくない？やめればよくない？
何を？
看守さんは看守さんだから看守さんなの。ムーは囚人って決めつけられたって心まで囚人にならないよ。
What the heck?
ムーはムーだもん。
Ooh, I'm starting not to like Moo.
看守さん大丈夫？また調子悪い？難しいこと考えすぎだからだよ。やめちゃいなよ、看守なんてさ。
お前は黙れ。囚人番号4番ムー、お前の罪を訴え。
That's a lot. I am not a big fan of her after this trial. I feel like the previous comments, you guys like Moo. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I feel like this like second half of this trial made me really not like her. I'm not really a big fan of people like that, using friends for their own benefit type of thing, right? You know, we've already seen a lot of media about this kind of concept, and she seems like a very big manipulator. She has wayward words, don't get me wrong, or not wayward words because I was so confused. But I'm not really a big fan of her. I'm leaning heavily towards not forgiving her. And she could be delusional all she wants. With the whole, you know, consequence about Haruka hurting himself, I don't really know if it's worth to not forgive Moo, because I feel like her ego is just gonna go way up for trial 4. Trial 3, sorry. I'm confusing with Prisoner 4. But Trial 3. And, I don't really... Dude, I feel like that's like a big test of moral as well. If, there's a chance that Haruka might die in that decision. But, like, it seems like I should... Like, no matter what, I still should punish or not forgive Mu. I feel like I don't want her to get away with like whatever she's doing, and I feel like she needs to get off of her high horse and have some kind of consequence. Because if she sees that, let's say like Haruka did die or like hurt himself, then it might change her perspective. Because right now she's just like, oh, but didn't you forgive me? Didn't you forgive me? Like, yeah, like, but that's because you hid so many of your other aspects, like a lot of her reasoning why she's in Milgram. And now that we kind of have an idea of that, I don't want that to even multiply like whatever she's thinking, right? Definitely leaning towards not forgive. Maybe I'll forgive Haruka again, but like I don't know, maybe I'll not forgive both of them. I don't know, but like I'm leaning towards that with this pair. Yeah, Mu definitely slid down to like least favorite, or at least like one of my least favorites. But who knows? I mean, like maybe I'll learn more about her in a future trial. Or maybe she has more synergy or dynamic. Like maybe she's helped someone outside of that. But it seems like both of them are like a very isolated pair, and I don't think they have a lot of friendships outside of both of them. So let's see what happens in this music video. I'm excited. Her music video is titled "It's Not My Fault." Wow. All right. Let's see. Oh, it's the what you call it? Dude. It's like the sand time thing. I forgot what it's called. I was like Time Wizard. This is Time Wizard. Yeah. She has the same symbolism last trial as well. It broke, I believe. Mm. Oh no, guys, it's exactly what we feared. It's literally Mean Girls, bro. It's literally Mean Girls. Oh no. I don't know why that also reminds me of like Hunter x Hunter, like the ant the ant arc. Oh wait. Oh my, I just noticed there's no subtitles. Holy crap, hold on. Bro, I was so enamored with like the visuals because she's a freaking ant or bug. I wasn't even watching it with the subtitles. Oh no. Okay. All right, it's fine. At least now we can focus on the subtitles. Oh gosh. Ooh.
間違い探しをしたっていないでしょもっとやって水を吸って私のとこへ届けに来てねだって悪くないもんあなたが許したいと願うんだもんほっとしちゃったしょうがないね私はいつもかわいそうなの待って仮の話私がいけない子だったらどうしようずっと嫌わないで痛みの後や探さないでね待って悪くないよあなたならきっとわかってくれるでしょうってしちゃったしょうがないね私はいつもかわいそうだから悪くないもん悪くないもんやっぱほら私の勝ちいつでもそれは変わらないだら生まれつきの才能そうやって思い通り
I don't know why that last bit reminds me of Doki Doki Literature Club, like that classroom. Um, I don't know if like her symbolism of grabbing that time is like going back in time or something like that, because I know that's like really common with like it's like a timer basically, right? I don't really have a lot of opinions towards this because I feel like it didn't really uncover anything new. I feel like it just confirms what S was thinking about, right? Something that wasn't really in our heads until basically this trial. I feel like I'm not a big fan of Moon now that it's confirmed. I like the music, don't get me wrong, but like she is just claiming that it's like nothing's her fault, like she's always right, she's like this queen bee, like like everyone is like working under her, which is crazy. Like I wonder if people even knew that or like even assumed that when they were voting the first time, which actually I'm so curious. I wish I was there when everything is getting built, because like like from the initial trial one, you just think that Moo is getting bullied for no reason. um but yeah, I mean, like I know there was some kind of symbolism, and there's like pictures, images that she had like a picture with like her friend group, then they turned on her, and yeah, I mean that's basically what S said too. So I think I'm not gonna forgive her. I think after this, I don't really have any other reason besides that. I feel like it's very self-explanatory. I feel like this is one of the easier non-moral. I think her kind of using Haruka as a bargaining chip. So like, oh, so with Haruka being in mind, like you would still forgive me, right? Or else Haruka's gonna like KMS or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't think. I feel like I'm doing my decision outside of that, because it could be true. Don't get me wrong. Like I could be cruel and I could be inconsiderate, but at the same time, like I'm not really sure what the rules is in Milgram when like people will hurt themselves. I feel like they can, because if they could hurt other people, they can hurt themselves too. But like I do need to be selfish and need to decide based on Moo, because if I don't decide based on Moo, she would just get worse for next trial, right? So I'm not gonna forgive her, and I don't know if that's fair. I know there's also a translation issue with this music video, so I will probably do that. If someone has a link, please comment it, or like put it in like the post board or whatever. But I know Moo and Haruka has some kind of mistranslation. I can kind of tell where it would be. It's a lot of devoting to me. Not my fault. You're right. So I don't know which one is mistranslated, but I feel like if it's like as much as Haruka's, then maybe it's there. If anything though, did someone I read someone's translation comments from Haruka. So if someone is nice enough to comment it as well, I would read it. But okay, future plans. I might still make the video for the interrogation questions, but I might just grind all of the prisoners, and maybe like the interrogation questions might be a little off, but I think the goal right now is just to get out like the interrogation questions, or no, the music video and like the voice drama. I feel like interrogation questions, I'll probably like video myself so reacting to that, but this is probably gonna be like, you know, when I have time. But I do like just keeping the music video going just because I feel like it takes me like a week still to make the interrogation questions. If you guys don't mind that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in Shido's video. I believe Shido. Yeah, Shido, number 5. And then Mahiru, and then Kazu. Okay, yeah, Shido's video. Let's go. All right, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.